Guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be flying in a Cessna 172, and we're driving to an airport right now to go in the plane. Alright guys, we're here. Now we're just gonna get in the plane.
Yeah, they don't bounce as much as like lighter aircraft. Yeah.
Pilot seat. You're not in the passenger seat, you're in the pilot seat.
Right.
Okay, now so here's a handle. I'm gonna scoot you forward. Okay, tell me if you have good controls of the rudder pedals. Can you click it all the way? Alright, good. Can you see over the dash, or do you want me to give you some cushions?
Good. It's good.
You feel good? Alright, so here's your seatbelt underneath. So
I'll put that on. Alright guys, we're ready to go. Alright.
Try opening the door. Egress. Very good. All right, we'll close it and we'll get ready to go. Oh yeah. If you go over there, we're taking off this way too. Get some off, take off, and yeah, there's a little area over there that's part of the restaurant.
Got the throttle. Sorry guys about the intro. It's a Cessna 150 actually.
Hello. Alright, you ready to go fly?
Yeah.
Let me get this camera going so we can get your flight recorded.
Okay.
We're going to kick off with the checklist. Make sure the interior checklist is complete. Hobs and tack, we've gotten that. Circuit breakers, make sure they're all in. They're all in. And interior checklist is complete. So start checklist. Avionics is off. Carburetor is off. Mixture. So mixture, this is this red knob. Go ahead and push that all the way in. Okay. Throttle slide. So I want you to push this in and out a couple times. 1, 2, and then push it in about halfway. There you go. Okay. Now, I want you to, I'll put the key in here. See the red switches over there? That's the master switch. So I want you to turn both on. Okay? And now, I want you to, when I tell you to turn the key, hold the key, turn it all the way to the right, and then once the engine catches, I'll tell you when to let go, and then you let go, okay?
Okay.
So ever start a plane before?
No.
You excited?
Yeah.
All right, let me say clear prop so that no one is by the propeller. Clear prop! All right, and you're clear to start the plane. Very good. Hold it some more. You let go too soon. So hold it. Okay, let go. Very good. There you go. Started the plane. So start checklist is complete. Next, let's we have our beacon is on, oil pressure, that's in the green, oil temperature is in the green, everything's good. Pre-taxi, avionics on. So go ahead and turn this knob to the right to turn it on. Press on that one. Press OK, press to accept OK there. And then now you can put on your headset. Test,
I
test.
can hear.
All right, I can hear you too. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to the weather, all right? So if you look, you'll see two different frequencies here. One is the frequency for the airport and the other one is for the weather. So one is on top, one's on the bottom. So if you see this arrow that shows up and down, that means switch them. So go ahead and press that so we can listen to the weather. And you can turn this to make the volume louder. So I'm going to listen to the winds and the visibility and the clouds. Wind is calm, visibility is 10 miles, and the clouds are 4,400. So we're good. So go ahead and switch us back to the airport frequency. All right, very good. So we have our weather transponder and ADS-B. So we're gonna press en route chart to get our map on. There we go, there's our map. And radios, we know the radios work because we heard it, right? Mm-hmm. So everything's good there. And we are ready to taxi. So I'm gonna explain how to taxi, okay? That's what's called driving on the ground. So the rudder pedals, so go ahead, put your feet on them. And you can, you see how they're like this and your feet are here? You can put your feet completely on it like this, yep. Because the rudder pedals are special. They work two ways. They work this way, where you can step on it like this. So go ahead, try that. Very good. And they also work like this, where you just pivot down. Those are your brakes, okay? So when we want to start moving, I want you to first try to turn with the rudder pedals. So step left, step right to make the turn go. However, if we're not turning fast enough and you want a tighter turn, you could do a left turn and then gently tap on the brake, because that will hold the left wheel in place and the plane will turn around the brake, okay? I'll give you a couple chances of practicing your taxiing once we get up there. I'm gonna take the taxiing while we're on the grass, but once we're on the pavement, I'll let you give it a shot, okay? So here we go. Okay, so your feet are on the rudders. Practice keeping us smack in the center. You're doing good. So we're gonna have to make a left turn in a bit, so I want you to now start putting in that left turn. So put that left rudder in, and if you need some help, press that on your toes to get that turn going. Very good. All right, now straighten out. That was a beautiful turn. And now we're going to practice keeping the yellow line in the center of the airplane, okay? And we're just going to taxi up a couple times so you could get the hang of what taxiing an airplane is like. Practice keeping the yellow line in the center, and then when the yellow line starts to turn left, I want you to turn left with it. Can you see where the yellow line starts to turn left? Alright, start turning left. If you need some help, use the toe for the brake. Very good. Alright, we'll follow this yellow line. is, it is one final running up of the engine to make sure the engine is working right. So that it's your last chance to say, the engine works right, I feel safe to fly, okay? So, run-up checklist. Brakes are on, fuel is on, trim is set for takeoff, flight controls. So I want you to take the flight controls and make sure you can turn it all the way left, all the way right, pull it all the way to yourself, all the way forward, and make sure the rudders work. Okay, good. So flight controls are good. Next, mixture is in, throttle. So here's the throttle. I want you to push it in until this comes up to 17. Very good. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to check our magnetos. So the engine, it's being sparked by 2 magnetos. We have 2 because it's redundant. So if one fails, we still have the other one. So what we're going to do right now, the engine is running on both. What we're going to do is we're going to test just one of them. And we do that by taking the key, and gently turn it 2 clicks to the left. Go click, click. Okay, see, so now it's just this guy running. Engine is still running, everything is smooth, I feel good. So let's go back to having both. So put 2 clicks to the right. So now, we're going to check just the right one. So do 1 click to the left. Okay, engine still running, off 1. Let's put it back on both, so both clicks to the right. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to check the car beat. So I want you to go ahead and pull this. And make sure the engine is still running. Good. We can go ahead and push it back in. So what carb heat does is if ice starts to go in the engine, the fuel can't go to the engine if there's ice, right? So carb heat melts the ice so that the fuel can go to the engine. Alright? So run up, make sure our oil pressure and temperature are in the green. Very good. Let's go ahead and pull the throttle all the way out to make sure we can come all the way out, and then let's go back to idle. So let's come to 1000. So push it in to 1000. Push it in. Push to 1000. So pull back some, and there you go. Okay. So run up is complete. Pre-takeoff. Flaps are up. Mixture is at best power. Carb heat is off. Transponder. Go ahead and press Alt for altitude. That means we're gonna go fly. Our doors are closed and we are ready to fly. So I am going to talk you through the takeoff, okay? So do you remember the video, episode 1, and how to do the takeoff? Alright, so what we're going to do, we're not going to do it now, I'm just going to talk you through it. We're going to go smoothly, go to full power. So you're just going to push this all the way in. Not now, not now. When I say you're cleared for takeoff is when we'll do it. So you're going to push that all the way in. Then we're going to make sure our oil pressure and temperature are in the green. And so once they're on the green, we're going to look and make sure the airspeed starts to move. And when it gets to 65, that's when we rotate. Now I don't want you to pull back quickly, it's just a gentle pull back, okay? So 65, then we're going to gently pull back. Now, here's the tricky part. Do you swim any, or?
Yeah.
Yes? Alright. So, how are you faster in the water? When you're flat like this, or when you're walking in the water like this?
Flat.
Yeah. So this is called streamlined, okay? So, if you're like this, you're slow. If you're like this, you're fast. So, if our goal is to be 75 when we're climbing, and we are fast, we are at 80, 85, 90. What do you think we have to do to slow down? We want 75, but we are at 80, 85, 90. How do we slow down? You need to pull back a little so that the plane does this. And then the plane will slow down. Now let's do the opposite. Let's say we're too slow. We're at 60, 55. We want to be at 75. What do you think we have to do?
Go down.
Yep, gently push down so that we become straight, okay? And it's not, again, it's not quick, rapid, rush move. It's just gentle push down, gentle pull back, okay? So, one more review of the takeoff. So when I say you're cleared for takeoff, you're gonna go full power. We're gonna make sure our gauges are in the green. This is gonna start to move from 40 to 65, and when we're at 65, I'm gonna say rotate and just gently pull back, and the plane will start climbing, and we want to climb at 75. If we're too fast, we have to pull back to slow down. If we're too slow, we have to push forward to get to 75. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's go on the runway. So you can taxi us again. Shannon traffic, Cessna 540 to Quebec, back taxi, runway 6 for departure, Shannon. Okay, turn to the right. And we're going to take this to the very end of the runway, turn around, and then we'll do the takeoff, okay? Takeoff, I will have the rudders to keep us centered, so you can keep your feet off the rudders. All right, but everything else will be you. Okay, so yeah, you can put the phone down since we have you recorded here anyway. Yep. And then, all right, so you ready for takeoff?
Yeah.
All right, you're cleared for takeoff, so go ahead, put full power, push it all the way in. Okay, good. Look, are your gauges in the green? Yep. Now look at your airspeed. Do you see it moving? Okay. Wait for it to get to 60 or 65. There's 65. Gently pull back. So just gently pull back. There you go. Good. Now hold 75. Good. Good. Look, you're getting slow, so you have to push forward to go faster. There you go. Good. So just hold that 75. Very good. All right, you're getting slow, so you have to push forward to get that to 75. So a little bit more forward to get it to 75. So push forward a little bit. Gentle left turn, so turn left. Shannon traffic, Cessna 540 to Quebec, turning crosswind 06, Shannon. Okay. And then roll wings level. Okay. And let's do another left turn. Shannon traffic, Cessna 540 to Quebec, turning downwind 06, Shannon. And get to 75. So look, are we fast or slow right now? Yes, so you have to pull back to get to 75. And right there, perfect. So just hold this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to climb. So here's our altimeter. We are at, the short one is for thousands of feet. So we are at 1,000, and the long one is for 200. We're at 1,200 and 1,300. Then there'll be 1,400. What I want you to do is keep climbing until we get to 3,000 feet. and we're going to climb at 75, okay? So just hold that 75 until we get to 3,000 feet. See the airport on your left side? Just a flight reserve Quebec, departing southwest. Last call, Shannon. Climbing the street. get your pilot's license, the limits you have is plus and minus 100 feet. And so if the flight examiner told you, I want you to hold 3,000, you can only go up to 2,900 or 2,100 if you want to pass. So you can practice trying to hold your 3,000.
Started at 3,000, right? So when we were practicing the turns, we lost some altitude. So now what we're going to do is we're going to practice turning without losing altitude. But first, let's go ahead and climb back to our altitude. So we're going to pretend like we're doing a takeoff again. So I want you to put full power. And what speed do we need to climb? 75, right? So go back, get to 75. You'll see that we're going to start climbing. So I want you to climb us back to 3,000. practice holding 3,000. And now, let me introduce you to the other instrument, the heading indicator. So right now, this says north. So I want you to practice holding both north and 3,000. Instead of losing altitude, let's try to hold our altitude at the same time, okay? So you can do a left or right turn. Let's turn to south. Try to hold your altitude, okay? So you direction you want to go. So now that we have the turn going, you can see the heading indicator is turning. Good. You saw that we're starting to lose altitude, so we hold back so we can hold our altitude. Let's climb back to 3,000 again, so we can try another turn. Been under controls at all. This is all new. Alright, so now that you know how to hold your heading and your altitude, now we're going to practice holding your heading while we're climbing. Okay? So again, to climb, we're going to go full power. Get 75 knots on the airspeed. 4,000 feet while holding north. Good. So we're starting to turn left, so you flip the direction. We're not climbing as fast, but if you look at our speed, we're at 80 instead of 75, so that's why we're not climbing as fast. Okay, 75, so we're climbing again, and we're holding north, so this is a really good climb. Right, you notice that we started to turn left, so tell you, I want you to pull the power to 15. We're going to go back down to 3,000 feet, and I want you to stay south, okay? So go ahead, pull power to 15. Okay, there we go. Now we're descending down to 3,000, hold south. You can see, look outside, you can see a lot of ground. You look at our instrument, it's showing ground, and you can see that our altitude's going down, so everything looks good. So left to go back south, very good. Alright, we're almost at 3,000, so start putting power back in to 23. So push power in to 23. And catch them to 2,000. Very good. So that's how to do descent, okay? And you did a good job. You held your heading while you're doing that. So now we're going to practice a climbing turn now, okay? So we are going to climb back to 4,000, but this time we are going to turn until we get to north, okay? So go ahead, push full power. Get our airspeed to 75 so we can climb. Holding 75 knots so that we continue our climb while you're turning. until we get back to north again. While descending to 2,000.
turn us south and hold 2,500 feet. Alright, there's 2,500 feet. Why don't you just hold this for a little bit? Here's your phone real quick. Look here and smile.
that in the middle of my windscreen. And I'm going to keep pointing at the numbers until they go under my nose. I'm going to look at the end of the runway, and I'm going to just keep looking at the end of the runway. And when I'm almost to the ground, I'm going to take all my power out, and then I'm going to gently flare with a gentle pullback control. So I'm looking at the numbers, I'm pointing 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 at the numbers. The number goes under my nose, and I'm looking at the end of the runway. Looking at the runway, looking at the end of the runway, and then I'm taking my power out and gently pulling back the tilted back. And then I'm gently putting my toes on the brakes to slow us down. And we have landed. You have controls. I want you to taxi us back. So go ahead, put the left rudder in, and we'll take that yellow line. Shannon traffic, Cessna 5403 Quebec, clear of the runway, taxi to egress, tie down, Shannon. Right, so we'll follow this to the left. So go ahead, turn that all the way to the left. Hold the off button. Okay. Push this down and hold it until it gives you the option to turn off. Okay, there you go. Very good. Next, mixture, full lean. So mixture is the red, pull it all the way out. Okay. Take the key all the way to the left and take it out. And the master, those two red switches, go ahead and turn it off. High five. Excellent job, man. Good job. Was that fun?
Yeah.
Yep, so what?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, your seat is forward.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good airplane.
You're awesome.
Yep.
I got to pull negative G's and it was like, whoa, and everything flew up.
Nice.
And I pulled G's.
Here, we'll do a quick video so that we can get it.
Alright guys, well, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.